Alright guys, so you want to take your VR goggles, your pieces of cardboard here that we have with the paper attached to the cardboard, and you're going to want to cut those pieces out just like this. Now you'll notice that I didn't cut that one out yet and that has to do with the shape of my magnet, and you can see it's right here. So you can hold off on cutting that one out. Let's take a look at the next one. Okay, it should look like this, and then here's the third one, and these are where the lenses will go. Here's what that looks like. So you're going to take those three pieces of paper and cardboard and cut them out. Okay guys, here's a tip for when you're cutting out your VR goggles. So I've started to make a cut right here. Now you'll notice if I flip it over that you'll see sort of an outline start to form. What I like to do is then flip over the piece of paper and then kind of start cutting and tracing around that outline. So that's a little tip for you. Look for that little outline starting to form on the other side, and you can make cuts on that side as well. Something to make a note of is the red lines is where you're going to be making creases. So make your creases along the red lines. You'll be folding along those lines. Okay, so I've taken this piece right here and I've creased it back like that. And what I want to do, you see this number 2 right here? I want to take this number 2 and glue it on top of that number 2. So you're going to take this piece and glue it onto here. So I'm just going to get a little bit of glue, put that on there, and then I'm going to take and match up my number 2 with my number 2, just like that. Alright, let's talk about this piece right here. This is going to get folded up like so. You see this little notch here? That is where you are going to put this piece. Okay, so you're going to hot glue that in there. So this is like where your nose would go, and you're going to hot glue that in there right there like that. Okay, and what will happen then is your lenses, which look like this, you'll notice that, and be careful of them, they'll scratch. Your lenses kind of have two sides to them. Okay, so you'll have to figure out the larger side, the fatter side is going to go face down, and you'll see that, and it'll say it right here. It'll say place lens curved side down. So you'll have to kind of eyeball it and see which is more curved, and then that will get placed in here and sandwiched in there like that. Okay? Okay, so I've just put a bunch of hot glue right here, and now I'm going to push that down. Okay, so now I kind of have this going on. So what I'm going to do is sandwich the lenses in between those two layers. Remember, the curved side of your lens faces down, and it'll say that right there. So what you're going to do is pop these in and then glue this down and make sure these are in there correctly. Something else you're going to do is match up this piece right here. Okay, and it's okay, you can glue those things together to get them held tight. So again, here's what you've made. You got your lenses in there, your nose piece is glued on, then you can see how this lines up with those holes. You can get that glued in. So now you should have something that looks like this. Okay, that's good. This little piece is for, sometimes you normally would make this with a magnetic switch. I think we're going to get rid of that piece. So I just snipped off this piece. We don't really need it right now, that's fine. If we were going to make this with a magnetic switch, then we would use it. So here it's a matching game. You kind of line this up along those slots. You see those? See how we can kind of line that up like so. You can get that glued down. Okay? So now I've got that glued down. Since we're not worrying about the magnetic switch, you can glue this here. So the other side, this side, will get glued up. So you're going to have something like this, and this is good because your phone is going to slip in here into the back. That's great. Let's talk about the Velcro dots. We're going to put those right there. So I just placed my Velcro dots here and here, and you'll need to put the other Velcro dots here and here. So if you did it correctly, your Velcro dots match up. Your phone goes in here, you slip it in, you'll have to remove it from the case, and here's where your eyes go to look in at Google Cardboard apps. You guys, you know what I think? I think we're gonna get rid of this piece right here as well. We don't really need it. So I just snipped that right off of there. You don't really need that. Your phone's gonna go into here, okay?